Ooh, I look so scrumptious on camera.
You got gum in your mouth.
So. What's up, guys? Coach Lou, Amazing Gains. How you doing? All right. So, I want to talk about two things that just happened within the last 24 hours where I really think it's important that I touch on these topics. One was sleep. I made a post yesterday about how it was a training day. I'm not sick. I had the time, and essentially as a coach, I need to lead by example, right? So, you always see and read these posts, oh, super sick, hating the gym, or, I need to get my cardio done. I feel before I get sick, I gotta do it. Like, nah. When you are sleep deprived or you are sick, you don't train, period. It's absolutely ridiculous that people sacrifice their health to try to train and then just ruin their health even more. It just doesn't work like that. So what you need to do is understand that, look, when you are sleep deprived, when you are not feeling great, your body's telling you you need to rest. And for me, it's like, all right, well, I can sit here and tell you, go ahead, train, and and be hardcore. Screw that. There's nothing to be hardcore about. For about I'd say 95 to 99% of the people that are gonna see this video, this is a hobby. This is not your job. Your followers on Instagram and Facebook don't really care about you in that sense. They don't care if you trained to be insane and you toughed out a session when you had the flu. Like, nobody cares. And it's stupid to do that. So don't do it. I just had 12 hours of sleep, mind you. One of my really great friends, Mark, was like, spoken like a man who has no kids. You're absolutely right. I have no kids yet. And so while I can take advantage of my health in this aspect, until the day that my wife and I have kids, you make the best decisions. That's it. So that is one thing you need to understand. Second, I came across a post in a group that I'm in where, it's obviously more, it's fitness enthusiasts, it's competitors, it's whomever. Again, even as a competitor, it's still a hobby. You might be really good at your hobby. You might be really good at dieting. You might be really good at training. You might have a great physique, and that's fine. But it's still a hobby. Okay? I liken it like this. I'm a coach. I'm a trainer. I've been a personal trainer since 2012. I've trained in the gym. I train online. I've had group clients and group coaching, and I've had obviously one-on-one. I do this because I make money, and this is my profession, and I'm not going to hide that, obviously, right? So if I'm going to lead by example, and if I'm going to try to push the industry forward in a way that it should be pushed, and how to make coaches better and how to make trainees better, well, I gotta live the way I would want my clients to live, or I would want other people to see me doing it. And that meant, yes, skipping the gym, but also bringing it back down to this post. This one person said, basically, like, her relationship is getting harder because of the fact that said person is not spending enough time with their partner, that they're at the gym 6 days or whatever, how many ever days a week, and doing all this cardio, yada yada yada. It is thoroughly important, like, understand the words coming out of my mouth. There is not a damn thing in this fitness industry worth trading your relationship for, or your work for, or any of that other stuff that's actually real life. Again, it goes back to this whole, social media makes it that, yes, we're connected by a lot of people that we've never met. Maybe we want to be an inspiration to other people, and that's fine. I get it. But in real life, when this camera goes off, when we're no longer signed on Facebook and we're no longer signed on Instagram, and we got to sit here, you know, shout out to my wife right there, you know, when all that's gone, you think any of these people are going to be there for you when your relationship goes down to crap, goes down the tubes because you decided to be at the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week, twice a day, hours of cardio, whatever the case may be? No, nobody's going to give a damn. They're going to say, oh, that sucks, I'm sorry. And then that's it. People, when you are on a fitness journey, you could be trying to put on size, which for me, that's what I'm doing right now. So my volume is higher in the gym. So I am spending a decent amount of time there, more so than I would be if I was trying to lose body fat and then if I was dieting. But if you're dieting and you're trying to lose body fat, you're trying to get leaner, you're trying to feel better about yourself, whatever it is, your why is. Your why does not come at the expense of taking the people that matter in your life and shoving them to the side. That is absurd, it's inexcusable, and it's incredibly selfish. So if your personal relationships, if your work relationships, if any of this stuff is taking a hit because of the fact that you are pushing them aside so you can train, you're doing this entire fitness journey wrong. And there are not many absolutes in fitness, but that is probably one of them. Nothing comes at the expense of your personal and professional relationships. If, of course, now there's always going to be that asterisk, that anomaly, like, yes, if you're already in a terrible relationship, now this isn't a relationship, I'm not a relationship expert, obviously, but that has nothing to do with your fitness. This has everything to do with you saying, hey, does this person need to be in my life? That's neither here nor there. But if this is somebody that you actually care about, this is your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your fiance, your partner, whatever they are to you, nothing comes at the expense of that. So this means if you want to train 6 days, but it's taking a toll on your relationship, if you want to do your cardio, it's taking a toll on your relationship, you need to find a better plan, because that plan is clearly not working. Because a sustainable plan doesn't mean the amount of time that you can go into the gym and sustain this training method. Sustainability means how does this affect my entire world around me, right? Like from my work all the way around to my personal, my home life. If all those are taking hits, then you need to do something different. So my advice to you is this: rethink what you think fitness is. Rethink what your goal is. Rethink your priorities, because you should have priorities that actually matter, right? And your health being one of those. But again, what's number one, number two, number three, number four, number five? For me personally, my relationships always matter. Followed by, then I have my clients. If I won't go to the gym if I'm backed up on client work, because one, they're paying me. I have a service to provide that they paid. So if that means I can't get to the gym so that they can, so be it. That's what it is. But you gotta prioritize, okay? There are things that matter the most and really don't matter. And if you're the type of person right now that's struggling with your relationships, with your work, because you think that you're not getting enough to the gym, you're doing this wrong. And maybe it's a shameless plug, but hey, maybe I can help you. I don't know. Pretty sure I can. But that said, nothing is more important than your sleep and your relationships. Because without any of that stuff, who gives a shit if you have a really nice body? Nobody, except for yourself. And unless you're rubbing and touching and all over yourself, nobody cares. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, let me know. Coach Lou, Major Gains, and we out. Peace!